Okay, so this is part 2. Anyway, he was riding with us. He's been riding. We actually got pulled over one time for him just hanging out on the dashboard there. The cop pulled us over and said, get him off the dashboard, and we did. We got him off. He's a little surprised. Didn't give us a ticket, those blasted capers. And then, as if they don't have any other crime to look through except the cat on the dashboard. Anyway, the cat came back. We put him off. Came back after 10 minutes after we were out of that precinct, and it just came and rode with us. So he rides there. Whoops, I'm going off the road here, people. Do you guys get sucked to the right side of the road? I always do. Like that right side right there sucks you in. But, we were talking about earlier about some interesting things that I can't remember right now. One of them being that I haven't been using my automatic cruise control because this is a 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan. But after Wyoming, I decided let's use it. Since this is an older car, once you start going uphill, which we're doing right now, it's kind of slows itself down, doesn't put itself in a higher gear. So I kind of have to hit the gas. As you can see now, we're getting to 55-ish. That's when we start shaking. But cruise control is awesome. I just didn't want to risk it. We're already in warm weather, so what the heck, if we break down now in this 1999 with over 300,000 miles. I don't know if you can see that there, but I don't know why it's blinking on the screen. I can see the whole thing, 314660. That's over 300,000 miles, folks. I've already had to patch up the leaking oil and leaking transmission fluid with some of this. It's a trick. It's a good trick that I learned on YouTube. You put some of this gasket maker, doesn't matter what color, the black one's fine, like about $7 at the auto parts store. But wherever your oil is leaking, just kind of work it in there with your fingers. It takes half hour, 45 minutes, but you work it in there, massage it. Because otherwise, what's the alternative? You're gonna have to, drop the oil pan, put in a new oil pan, and what are you going to do about Tesla? And that's a maroon one, by the way. It's going so fast, I wish I could catch up. Did you see it? I love how people are doing this, what's called a body wrap on the Teslas. I guess it's a stretchy kind of fiber on there. But that was a maroon one. It was so awesome. People don't like the Teslas. They're crazy. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Some people, the jealous people, the liberals, they don't like it because of this guy that wants to take us to Mars, Elon Musk. And since Elon Musk helped our country recover by helping Trump be elected, people hate him. Well, at least the lefties do. So, why, how could you hate a Tesla? It's beautiful. Wrap it in maroon and let it drive you to Vegas. If you have the money, if I had 80 grand just sitting in my pocket, burning a hole in it, it's the first thing I'd get. The thing was so beautiful, it was like a fruit. A lot of talking. Let's have a sip of this puppy. Whoops. Driving with my knee, that's what happens. So, not a good idea to drink and drive. Drink and drive. No, but we just, it's Dr. Pepper there, guys. So don't be. You got a doctor, baby. The doctor saying this so delicious. It's doctor, I say. 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to have some doctor 'cause you're so thirsty. Dr. Pepper, right now, over me. You like that, Pidge? We said the same thing in last show. The same song, everything. And just trying to give you some of the things that you lost, that we lost in that last trip. I was talking for half an hour, so I can't remember them all, but whatever comes to mind, whatever pops in. So we had a great conversation that never happened, that should have happened, but that is now in the midst of an alternative reality, alternative universe, where if you can cross dimensions, you'll be able to ride with us across that gorge. But unfortunately, that one got corrupted. I don't know what the phone was doing, what the hell it was doing. Look at these guys, okay? What are they doing? On the side of the road, they're thinking gold. I think they're thinking gold. Somewhere along there, they'll pick up some gold. These chemtrails, remember them? They're spreading. Look at this side. This side had a little blue in it still. It's really filling up. And that side over there, side is just solid blanket. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we're going about 50, I want to say 52, 53 miles an hour. Car's doing well for having a bulge spot on the wheel, back right wheel. Found myself a magnificent deal online, Walmart, for Black Friday. A wheel that I need my size for this Dodge Grand Caravan, because for some reason they don't have the size for Dodge Grand Caravan. I think I have a 215 6515R, and for some weird reason they don't carry that. You have to special order it. It's not in the store. So I was going to order it when I was in St. George over there, but it wasn't going to come in today. You know, I ordered, I paid for it. It was out the door, tax online, $60. That's $20 more than I pay for a used tire. I know what you're saying. This guy gets ripped off with used tires, but you know, when you're on a budget, $60, $40 is not bad compared to the usual $120 that Walmart charges you for one of their cheaper chicken tires. So as I was saying, I found this puppy for $60 Black Friday deal. I'm hoping they still have it in Vegas, which why not? They should. I'm just going to order it tomorrow because I'm staying in Vegas for about 3-4 days. But I ordered it from Walmart and it said it was going to come in the next day. Ordered it, forgot it was Thanksgiving today. So when I went to look, oh no, it's not going to arrive till Friday. Of course, Friday I was already going to be in Vegas. So why? Well, I had to cancel it. It's a little hard to cancel from there. I don't know if you tech savvy people have it easy, but for me, I found it a little hard to figure out how to cancel it. Oh, you want to see what my car looks like? Okay, real quick, we'll give you the tour. The kitty cat's back there somewhere, you can see, and the rest of it is loaded. This is the loading car. All our stuff, sans all the stuff we gave away at the Goodwill and Salvation Army, but all our stuff that we own and that we didn't throw away is inside this cargo Dodge Grand Caravan. It's not a cargo van, but you know, we're calling it that now. Whoop, there goes my phone. Apologize, sorry about that. I'm holding the phone so I can show you things. It's not on a stand. That way it's not a boring trip with us. But what I'm saying to you, it's out of focus here, let me fix it. There we go. What I'm saying to you is everything came in this car. We had a ranch, okay? You have to understand, it was a ranch full of stuff. Almost 3,000 square feet home on 6 acres in Texas. And you're probably saying, why did you leave such a place? Well, we're sick of Texas. You know, the politics are good, etc., but it's so hot. And number two, you know, several reasons just get me out of Texas. You know, maybe I'm just antsy, but that's not what I was talking about anyway. What I was talking about is after, and I'm filling you in with the part of the trip that you didn't see, because we went cross country thousands of miles. We started, in Texas, southeast Texas there. It took us about, 4 days to get out of Texas. Crazy. Like I said, you guys don't have to stop or go 50 miles an hour and stop every half hour. But it took us about 4 days, a little over 4 days to get out of Texas into New Mexico, past Arizona, past, Wyoming, except, anyway, what am I saying? I'm mixing everything up. Wyoming was our destination. So Wyoming, then we got out of Wyoming into Utah, and we're driving in Utah. This truck is honking at me because I'm going too slow. Okay, what's the minimum speed in the highway? For those of you that don't know, it's 45. I'm going 55, okay? So there should be no honking. There's 2 lanes. Get on the left lane, what the hell? There's 2 lanes, look at this. I'm backed up all the way to Kansas, but the reality of it is, there's 2 lanes. So I don't know why you're complaining at me, truck. Just get in the other lane, get in the fast lane. But anyway, the first leg of the trip, which there should have been 7 shows by now. I'm only starting this come with me, and why not? It's fun. We're going to Hawaii, right, with a cat. And by the way, to get a cat to Hawaii, you got to start months ahead, probably 6 months ahead, to be comfortable, but at least 3, my goodness. Because otherwise they quarantine your cats. First time I went to Hawaii, they quarantined my cat for 3 months. Poor cat. It's lonely, sad, didn't know why we abandoned him. The whole point of the story was we weren't going to leave him in Utah where we left. We weren't going to leave him abandoned over there, so we had to take him with us. And he had to be quarantined. These guys in Hawaii, okay, I understand. It's all bureaucratics, okay? Yeah, they don't want rabies in their show over there. They've eliminated rabies, but if your cat's vaccinated and doesn't have rabies, doesn't have any signs, the cat doesn't have rabies. There's no need to quarantine a cat for 90 days, okay? First of all, the rabies, it'll show up in a couple of weeks. It's not going to take 90 days to show up, 3 months. It'll come out. 2 weeks later, you got a foaming cat. So that's just bureaucratics there. I'm not going to go into the whole ordeal of it, of what you have to do. The whole point is that you have to start off early as possible. You have to make sure your cat's vaccinated for the last couple of years with no gaps. Hopefully your cat's good there. And you have to have some teeter tests, they call it. They send it off to some lab in Kansas, I think, university. And then it comes back, the whole ordeal, the teeter test, you're looking at about $500, so don't worry. You got to put out half a K even to get this test done. Takes them, how long does it take them? 2 to 3 weeks to get the test back, which shows you that this bull crap of COVID testing was such a farce. You test yourself, oh yeah, you got COVID, with these little strips. That's ridiculous. It takes them, you know why it takes them so long to get the tests back, the teeter test, the testing for viruses of rabies virus? Because you have to use an electron microscope. You understand that those things are in the millions of dollars worth. Not everybody has these. And not everybody's willing to test the blood of a cat or a dog to see if they have viruses in them. By the way, the whole process takes a couple of weeks in order for the electron microscope to give you a two-dimensional image so that you can find inside the blood these viruses that are nanometers long. Okay, you know what a nanometer is? Million. I'm talking the millionth, okay? So a nanometer, these viruses are like what? 30 nanometers, between 30 and 70 nanometers. No, that's too big, about 30 to 50 nanometers. Things are incredibly small. You can't use a microscope. You can't use a test strip. A virus can only get detected with an electron microscope. 2-week process, people. So if you got duped into believing in those idiotic strips that they put out for COVID to test you if you have COVID, my goodness sake, elevated T cells or something, right? Nothing to do that'll just tell you that you have something, that you have a freaking sniffle, or maybe even you're having an allergy, or hell, you might not be having anything, and it'll just register anyway because just your T cells happen to be high. Whatever. That's if it's even as sophisticated to register T cells. Most of the time, just a reaction, instant reaction. The strip turns colors. I'm sorry, we're not testing for lead in water here, okay? We're testing for a micro universe that is so small, it's the quantum realm, people, the quantum realm. And so you're not going to get there with a regular microscope or a test strip. You're going to have to get there with a electron microscope. And this is the process. Anyway, I went into a tangent about COVID, as idiotic as that Baca thing was. Baca, most of you got duped into taking that vacula, whatever. Have you seen the number of people who have died this year from the vacula? This show's supposed to be political. This show's supposed to be about the trip with us. Coming with us. Coming with Mr. Puss. There he is. Mr. Puss. There you are. He's right there. He's back there somewhere. Anyway, to Hawaii. But my whole point is that it takes them a couple of weeks to get that test results. And then they say, yes, your cat doesn't have any viral signs of the rabies virus. So you're good to go. And once they give you the thumbs up there, you've spent $500, then you have to get to the freaking vet 2 weeks before you leave. And if it's over 2 weeks before you leave, forget about it, because they'll make you go to the vet again and get some kind of health certificate. You're gonna put out of pocket there another $200-300. So you're looking somewhere close to $1,000. Remember, all your vaccines have to be done for Kitty to come with you. All your vaccines have to be up to date. You have to have a couple, and you have to have the Kitty certificate, the health certificate. That's a whole ordeal to get to Hawaii. Otherwise, you're going to have your cat quarantine, your dog quarantine. But if so, you get to the airport there in Honolulu, and they take you off the plane, and they just give you your cat off the storage. You know what I do if I were you? Forget doing that. Let me show you what I have. You see this thing in my front of my dash there? In my car? That's how I sneak my cat into the hotels. But that's also a little cat carrier. If you have that cat carrier with you, it's a soft carrier, you take the cat right with you in the plane. It costs the same. If it costs anything more, it's $10-20 more. But you get to have your cat with you on your lap, and that way you make sure that you're going to disembark the plane with your cat or dog, if you have one of those purse dogs, and they're not going to they're not going to give you hassle because you already have the cat in your possession. You see what I'm saying? 9/10 of the law is possession. That's how it counts with getting to Hawaii with a cat or a dog. Is if it's in your hands, they're not going to hassle you. That's why I have the carrier. The other way to get the cat into Hawaii is take him. They put him by the luggage underneath. The advantage of that, you have to have a hard case. They're not going to let you with this soft one. You have to buy one of those hard cases. But the advantage of that is you're not going to have a meowing cat, meow, 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 5-hour trip from the mainland. You're not going to have a meower on your lap for 5 hours. Believe you me, the passengers start getting peeved on that trip if you have a meowing cat. My cat last time decided to meow halfway. We were coming from Hawaii, to the mainland, 5-hour trip. So when we left Honolulu, it was, whoa, this truck's wanting to come into Walmart truck. Let me just stop here. Going so slow, it's gonna have to go first. Hit the resume here so we can get back to our automatic pilot. No, it's not a Tesla, it's just cruise control. You heard the story about that guy that was in an RV, hit the cruise control, went to the back, fell asleep half hour later. I don't know how it took a half hour. Must have been one of those Kansas straight roads or something. He ended up in the ditch. He thought automatic pilot back then, in the 90s when we didn't have Teslas, was a Tesla basically, driving itself. He was 3 decades short and $1 short, you know? Or maybe he had the money. But we were talking about Hawaii, aren't we, with the cats? Telling you the cat story. I'll go into detail later for you so that you're excited about it with me. Ooh, I think we're coming in the outskirts here. We must be by Beaver Dam. Yeah, looks like it. You know, my car was infested with brown recluses. I got bit so many times in Texas. My house was infested as well. But I just felt something. That's why I showed you my feet. I felt something crawling around down there. So hopefully I don't bring brown recluses with me to Hawaii. Going downhill here, it's getting a little scary. I'm at 60 miles an hour. It's starting to shake. I'm going to have to put on the brakes. Sorry, people. Because do you feel that shaking? That's the wheel in the back. I'm going to call it the third wheel, the left back wheel, driver's side. We're really shaking now. Look at this. It's shaking all over. I'm at 60 is why. I'm going to tap the brakes. I don't want to kill the brakes. I'm going to tap the brakes. And we've gotten back down 55. We're no longer shaking. Barely shaking. Well, you tell me. You have your fancy cars that you go everywhere with. This is why this trip is fun. You know, 1999 Dodge Grand Caravan that I stopped the oil leaks, the transmission and the oil with your gasket makers. And this thing is running, but it's a hefty vehicle. I mean, it's gone cross country, my goodness. That's crazy. So I think I'm getting in the outskirts of something here. What is this? It's got to be Las Vegas, but it doesn't look like Las Vegas. It doesn't look like, you know, the Damn tour, like Chevy Chase. Speed limit 75, as you can see right there. Everybody passed me. Oh, look, my wife is passing me up. That must be her signal to say, we're pulling over right here. This is our hotel. So let me stop here, and I'll tell you more about the cat situation. But again, the only advantage is give your cat some sleeping pills. You know, give them half a tranquilizer before. Don't kill them though, but give them half a tranquilizer before you get on the plane if you're gonna carry them in one of these things. You know, otherwise meow meow for the whole trip. We'll see you later. I don't know where my wife wants to go, but I'm gonna give her a call right now and see. She's got the fancy car. I've got the piece of crap where our luggage goes. Gave away most of our stuff to the Goodwill, and then people. I'm going to talk about how people are cheap here in the next segment. The people are so freaking cheap. You know, you put stuff on Facebook, and they come and they buy things that are worth hundreds of dollars, and they won't want to pay. And then when I want to buy an exercise machine, then I have to pay out the nose, right? They won't discount me, but hell, I want to sell something, forget about it. We'll talk next time. Let me see where my wife's going.